Hi, I'm going to be doing a Healthful Hell real-time attempt commentary demo. So, I'm not going for any records or PBs or anything this time around, just a commentary demo, demoing, commentary while playing. So, I'm going to try and cover everything I can, so I'm going to pretend like you know nothing about this game. So, we'll just start off with the basics right before we get into it. So, what is BPM? BPM, or bullets per minute, in this case, is a roguelike FPS rhythm game, which is a lot of syllables, but it's a roguelike, so items are random, maps are random, which I'll get into more later about the maps. And it is an FPS rhythm game, so everything we do from shooting, reloading, dashing, spells, it is all going to be on beat with the music. So you can see here the screen kind of pulsing back and forth, and you can hear the music. It might be a little bit quiet, but you can hear the music, and that is the beat we're going to be playing to. So sorry if my mic quality isn't the best, by the way, but we're going to be playing Healthful Hell, which is a multi-character run, so we're going to be doing 3 runs back to back with all different characters. So there's a lot of small stuff that might come into play during this run, so I'm going to do my best to just cover everything that comes up when it comes up, but for now we're just going to go ahead and get started. So, we're going to start off in Asgard 1. There are 4 worlds, each with 2 levels. So Asgard is our first one. That's a total of 8 levels that we're going to be looking to clear. So you'll look into the upper left, you will see our mini-map. So, like I said, the map generation is the most important thing about running this game, because unlike other roguelikes, something like Hades or like Binding of Isaac or Spelunky, you always spawn a random distance and direction from the exit of each level. To exit each level, you have to beat a boss, except for in one case, which is actually this level, but oh, nice! But we'll get to that if we get to that. But yeah, so your goal is almost always just going to be to find the exit as quickly as possible. So you basically just have to like do some coin flips. Yes, you see at the beginning, I could either go up or down. I chose down, and I did not find the boss over there, but I did find a really nice item, which I will explain when we get a second. But yeah, that's the most important thing about running this game, is just finding the exit as quickly as possible. That's always going to be a goal every single time. If you haven't quite found it yet, that's not incredible luck, but I think we're going to be okay. It is the first level, so in Asgard 1, sometimes you won't take the exit right away. Sometimes you will look around for a little bit more after you found it, just to try and get some good loot. Luckily, I actually picked up a very good item earlier on, and also I'm going to pick up some coins from the bank here. Earlier on, when you heard me go, oh, nice, because as you can imagine, I picked up a super nice item. It multiplies my damage based on my multiplier, so right now I actually have double damage. But we're going to be moving on to the first boss here. Dragar, you might notice he's shooting these little blue balls back at me. He doesn't normally do that, but we ended up getting a multiplier this time around that makes him do that. Sometimes bosses do spawn with multipliers, but because we're doing double damage because of that damage multiplier I told you about, that item, we're going to be able to take him out without too much of an issue. We're moving on to the next level here, and if you look at the mini-map again, you will notice we have found the exit already. So this kind of thing is what you normally hope for if you're trying to get like a super duper good run. You're trying to find the exit in your first or second room every time, but obviously most of the time that isn't what happens. Oh my gosh, okay, we have a very good build going right now. I just picked up, oh wait, holy, yeah, I'll take that, holy crap. So I just picked up a spell here, and it's actually the most powerful spell in the game. What it does is it costs a coin, but you throw the coin at the enemy, and it does insane amounts of damage. So we're going to be very, very happy about that pickup. Like I said, it's hard to really make clear how good the RNG has been so far, because I picked up 2 of the best items and the best spell. This is incredibly unusual, but basically I have a spell that costs a coin, but it'll do a whole bunch of damage. It also does burn damage. But also, in the shop, I didn't even get to address it because I picked up the spell right away. I also picked up another item that is going to be doubling my damage. So I'm currently doing ×4 damage, as long as my streak is at 4, or my multiplier is at 4, sorry. And we also have the best spell in the game. The streak, you lose your streak, which by the way is in the top right. I'm hoping for that number to always be 4, but you lose it if you get hit, or if you are off beat, during a level at least. But so far we've had, like I said, a really good time so far. I'm gonna hop to the side of the squid just to hit him in the eye, and that's extra damage. That's where his sweet spot is. Or at least most characters have a sweet spot. Some are easier to hit than others. For example, the scorpions that you'll see in this level, their sweet spot is like the end of their tail, their stinger, which I would show right there. So normally that would be super helpful if we weren't already doing ×4 damage. But because we are, we don't really have to worry too much. Oh, there's a couple shots there. We don't have to worry too much about sweet spots right now. We can kind of just brute force. Sorry, I thought I still had the spell that lets me block damage, and I almost took damage intentionally by accident. We're good though. Small brain fart, but yeah, it took us a while. I think we actually had to clear all of the rooms before we found the boss this time around, which isn't optimal, but luckily, because of the spells, be it the drum, but we should be able to clear them out without too much of an issue. Yeah, there. So, like I said, it's hard to overstate how lucky we've gotten with this build, because it's basically everything you could ask for in a build, and we got it on our first go here, so yeah, it's hard to overstate how much that's going to be making us go faster than normal, but we actually got very lucky here again, and we found the exit right away again, so we're going to come in here. Oh, okay, so I mentioned the multipliers for the bosses before. This boss has a multiplier to get their double health. She's giant, you might see. And that actually is one of the scarier bosses in the game right there that we just beat, although, to be fair, we do have a bunch of damage, and there is a strategy to quick kill her, which you will see later on, not quite yet though. I'm going to also explain a little bit about the category now that we're here, and also the character. So, as I mentioned before, we're playing Health Pool Hell. Health Pool Hell is, like I said, multi-character run, but the kind of crux of the run is each character we're going to play has a different health mechanic. So I lost my streak there, but so each character has a different health mechanic. In this case, this character's health mechanic, you might notice I don't have any health. Actually, all I have is armor, which is significant because you can sometimes find health in chests after levels. You cannot find armor in a chest after a level, so we are kind of always going to be on a little bit of the back foot as far as health goes, because we can't replenish it as much as we might hope to. But our ultimate, which comes off cooldown every 5 levels, does give us armor, and we can buy it in shops. So we are working on a bit of a health budget, kind of, but we do have options to keep that going. We're going to check the shop in here. Didn't find any health. This almost fell in the wall, but didn't find any health there, if that's okay. Or shield, like I said. Yeah, we did not find the boss room quite yet. You'll see we actually started off the room we started in, which is the one with the dots on the mini-map. Had 3 branching paths. That's not super optimal. Typically, what you'd hope is you'd have one where, you know, obviously we have to kind of guess which direction it's going to be in. So you'd hope for as few of options as possible. So we did find the boss room, but you would hope that you start in a place where there's only like 1 or 2 branching paths, because then it's either a coin flip or a surefire bet as to whether or not you pick the path that will lead to the boss. Paths in this game never like rejoin. But moving on here, and here's Albus. We're gonna use. I'm gonna hopefully find some ability up later on, but we were able to take him out. Like I said, the coin we're mostly gonna be using against bosses, because it does burn damage, and it, you know, just does enough damage that it's real. Well, let me rephrase that. We're going to mostly use it with the bosses because we want to save our coins as much as we can, so if we used it on every enemy, sure, we might get like an insta-kill, but it's more efficient, and we want to save the coins for the boss fight so we don't run out of that in the boss fight. Luckily, we have enough damage right now that we can insta-kill most, or at least one-shot most enemies. See those, and also these. Oh, okay, got hit. So we're going to lose a little bit of damage now that we lost our streak, but I think just going to have to be a little bit more careful. I lost my streak again there. I accidentally was off speed a little bit. Come through here, clear out all these flying guys. The bombs they drop, they are imps. They do 50 damage instead of just 25, like most things in this game do. We are also, I kind of hope to get rid of the revolver at some point and buy a different gun. It's a bit of a personal thing. I don't really like the revolver very much because you have to manually reload each shot. So we found a boss fight here, which means we are, or a mini boss, I'm sorry, not a boss fight. So we did not quite find the boss room, so we are going to have to backtrack a little bit, use a little bit of movement to get through. You can actually bunny hop in this game. See right here. It's pretty easy. The timing for it is pretty wide. Yeah, we're going to come back around here. I'm not going to hop across the lava. It's a little bit risky and I don't want to lose the health during a real-time attempt. Speaking of which, I sure hope I started the timer. I think I did, but I don't actually know. Come to think of it, and I can't, you know, check my phone right now to make sure I did hit the timer because I'm in the middle of that real quick. Oh. Yeah, I did. Okay. Woo! Scary. Okay, we're good. But we're gonna come through here, and there we go. Now we found the boss. So this is gonna be the boss of Starfelheim 2. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Normally I don't really look at the name very much. He's another one of the scarier, and he also has the giant multiplier, so... Whew. This specific boss, when he's giant, is a little bit scary because it causes his attacks to spawn a little bit higher than normal, which you saw right there. I did double jump to jump over that kind of slash that he sent at me, this one right here. So it's a little bit of a mix-up from how you would normally play the fight, so it can mess you up if you're not entirely paying attention. But we were able to clear him out without too much of an issue here. And now we're on to Helheim. So Helheim, as the name might suggest, is a massive run killer. So each level kind of spawns with more and more rooms, so the first one we didn't really have that many rooms. Holy crap, I have octuple damage. Oh, okay. You'll see these stats here for each tick, and that stat, those diamonds or sideways squares. For each tick, and oh, I got something in my eye, sorry. For each tick in that those categories, we do get extra stats. So you can see my damage is full, which means I have double damage just from stats, along with the double damage I have from my shield and my double damage which I have from my helmet. So I'm actually running on what I believe is octuple damage at the moment. But we were able to find the boss here, Cert, and there is a quick kill I'm going to go for. So this is the only other boss in the game with a quick kill. We're going to hope he runs at us. Yep. We're just going to lead him off like that. He's going to run off, and that's going to be it. If you can lead him off of the edge there when he chases you, it is an insta-kill. So we're on to Helheim 2 here. And you might notice it's not like the other maps. We don't have a mini-map. That is because... it's just 3 rooms. It's that room, which I just picked up a pair of boots in, and it is this room, which is, and a shop, and this room, which is our kind of like boss fighting. So you might recognize these bosses from before. That was the bosses from the first and second level. We cleared them out pretty quickly because, like I said, we are working at octuple damage, and we're on to Nidhogg. The final boss of the game here. Oh, okay. He spawned out right on top of me. Nidhogg, we do have quite a bit of damage, so we aren't going to be worried too much about dying, but Nidhogg is, as you can imagine, as the final boss, pretty tricky. These tracking shots he has are one of the harder to dodge in the game, but we did take him down, and that's going to be time for the first run of 1330. Not bad for no reset. We didn't have the best luck as far as finding the boss rooms, but we did have very, very good luck as far as our build. Obviously, we're just going to move straight along to our second character. This character, Herfinjortur? Or something like that. Like I said, every character in this run has a different health mechanic. Herf, I'm just going to refer to him as Herf. Herf's health mechanic is that, you might notice I don't actually have health, but I have his coins. It's kind of almost like Sonic, if you want to think about it that way. Each time I get hit, I'm going to lose half my coins, like I did just there, because I backed myself into a corner. So each time I get hit, I'm going to lose half my coins. If I run out of coins, I die. So it's a little bit of a double-edged sword, because sometimes enemies do drop coins when they die, but on the other hand, also, you're never more than like a couple of hits away from dying. I'm not going to take the exit quite yet. Luckily, Herf does spawn with darts with some pretty good base damage. I just want to look around a little bit more, and I want to get a few more coins just because I'm a little bit low, so I'm like 3 hits away from dying. Clear those out. Keys? No, okay. So that staircase leads down to the crypts. We need a key to enter those, which we don't currently have. So we're just going to skip it this time around. But that does lead to the crypts, which just replaces Asgard too. It's like a different second level. But we're going to come back here to Dragar. You might notice I've already chunked him out a lot. Last time we were able to find the best spell in the game. This time we spawned the second best. So his secondary spell, or his regular spell, not his ultimate, Snipe, it just does a whole bunch of damage, but also, it's worth mentioning, it does a little bit of knockback, which is going to be important because it's what we're going to use to quick kill the boss in Vanheim 2. You might remember, I did mention we have a quick kill for that boss. That's how we're going to do it. It's very similar to the other quick kill you saw last time, but you're going to have to wait till we get there to see it. So let me check if there's anything in the shop here. Nothing that I want. Although, my ultimate turns every item that is not a coin into a coin, so I can use it there to liquidate all of those items and get some more coins to up my health a little bit. Like I said, you really are, the issue with this character, he does have some pretty good base damage, and can kind of heal mid-fight, but he also, currently I have 16 coins, or the closest, the number that matters is 16, so I am 4 hits away from dying, I believe? No, 5. If I wanted to be 6 hits away from dying, I'd have to gather 16 more coins. So, like, it gets harder and harder to gain health the more health you have. But, we move here, so this is a champion multiplier. This means, oh, I had to wait there. I was worried he was going to hit me. He has a champion multiplier here, which means he has 50% more health as opposed to the giant multiplier, which just gives him 100% more health. But luckily his sweet spot is much easier to hit than Dragar's, so we're going to be able to clear him out actually a little bit faster. And we're going to get an extra little ammo capacity there, which is nice. I'm a big fan of this gun, so yeah, I'm not going to... I'll pick up some ammo. I'm going to recoup my coins, but we're probably going to stick with this gun until the end of the game, or until the end of the run, unlike the last gun where I was hoping to switch it out, although I didn't get the chance to do that. There we go. Okay, I'm going to check what's in this shop real quick. Once again, we did get pretty lucky. We were able to find the exit right away, so I'm just going to go ahead and take the exit here. I just picked up an item that's basically going to do AoE damage to enemies that are standing close to each other, but this boss once again does have, let me get out of the way of that before I continue. Once again does have the champion buff, which means he does have 50% more health, so at this point he would already be dead, but we're going to have to do a little bit more to clear him out here, but that should be the case. So, next we're going to be going on to Vanheim 2. Like I said, the boss of this level is going to have a quick kill that we're going for. And we got pretty lucky again. We actually found the boss right away again. Oh, so, nice to see there. I've lost half my coins now. I'm now down to 9 from 18 or so that I was at. I think I was at 19 or something. The coins do round down, but we're going to be using the knockback of Snipe to try and get a quick kill here. I don't know if that's the correct angle. Yeah, it wasn't quite. There we go. So, alright, took it 2 tries, but basically... Oh, okay, that's unfortunate. Okay, that's unfortunate. I dashed off the edge by accident and lost half my coins again, but as you can see there, we just kind of... I'm going to check if there is anything I want here. If it's a regular spell, then I'll skip. Yeah, we just use that to knock her off the edge of the stage. I'm going to be a little bit quiet here while I make sure that I don't die, because I messed up there and I am at 2 hits now. Although if I pick this up, I should come up to 3 hits. Man. So you'll see this is a dead end. The boss fight is not here, but luckily we only had to go through 1 room to find out the boss fight wasn't on that path. So, go, and this room has 3 paths, which is not great. Normally, like I said, you would hope for only 1 or 2. So here we have a 1 in 3 chance of picking the right path to find the boss. It's worth mentioning the paths. When you choose a path, it never is going to rejoin with another path, so every time you take a turn, you are betting that the boss is on that path, because if it's not, you're going to have to backtrack. You're not going to find a way to rejoin a different path without backtracking. I'm going to check in the store here. Odds are, yeah, I'm just going to liquidate it for coins. Bring me up to 16 for, I believe, 5 hits? Yeah, 5. So it was not that path, but luckily once again it was only a 1, and it is going to be on this path, but as I was going to say, luckily it was only a 1 coon path, so we were able to figure out pretty quickly. And we're going to be on to Alvis again. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but that's how I'm going to pronounce it. With her specifically, this boss fight isn't going to scare us too much because I have enough range to just kind of sit back and camp out his attacks, and there we go. Fun fact about that, you might notice we have to hit the boss a couple of times to end the boss fight after I complete their health bar. Alvis, boss we just fought, is the only boss other than the final boss, Nidhogg, who takes more than 5 hits to finish off with those kind of finishing shots. I'm not sure why that is, like, at all. He actually takes 6. I'm not sure if it's like a programming error, because even the boss after him, you might think, oh well, the further along you get, the more shots it takes. But the boss after him also only takes 5, so I'm actually not entirely sure why he takes 6. It's just a fun little tidbit about this game. I love having small useless knowledge, I'll be honest. That's the one thing, whenever I watch runs, I envy people who are like, oh, well, this skybox actually moves counterclockwise as opposed to all the other skyboxes. Like, that's cool! I love it. And it sounds rhetorical or sarcastic, but it's not. I seriously do love small bits of useless game knowledge. We did not manage to find the exit on this path, so we are going to have to turn around and come back across. We're on pretty good pace, though. 8 minutes in Starfelheim 2 is not bad, actually, especially for a no reset run. Back at the top here, and there we go. We were able to find the boss first room here. That's one thing that can feel bad sometimes. If you spend like a minute on one path and you come back and realize you had just chosen a different direction, you could have saved way more time, but it'll be alright. Would have barely dodged that one there. So I'm just looking to get as many headshots here as we can. Oh, that is the knockback of the smite there. I guess I hit him kind of low to the ground. And it should Ah, okay. I thought he was going to die after that second to last shot there, but he didn't quite, so I did take a hit. But it's okay, we're going to be 9 minutes moving into Helheim 1. So, alright, here's the mini-boss of Helheim 1. He's a samurai, so not the right direction, but it's going to be okay. Probably one of the more interesting mini-bosses, if not flight-wise, which I think he is, then at least design-wise. The fun fact is, I believe this mini-boss actually has more health than the boss of Asgard 1, like the main boss, which just shows you how the kind of difficulty progresses as you go through, that the mini-boss for this stage is more, quote-unquote, dangerous than, or stronger than the boss of the first phase. Okay, I got hit there. I'm going to focus up a little bit. We did find the exit here, but I'm going to focus up just to make sure that we get there in one piece. Okay. There's one thing hiding somewhere. Oh, well, it's not really hiding. Alright, so we're going to go for the quick kill again. Here, we're going to try and lead him off, although luckily, because we do have Snipe, if I do miss the quick kill, I'm going to be able to knock him off the edge. Oh. Okay. He came towards me when I hit him there for some reason. Yeah, I don't think I was going to quite get it. It's kind of hard to knock this boss backwards when he's in his first phase for some reason, so he does have 2 phases, which we will hopefully see right here. Yep, and it is easier to... Okay, well, I'm just going to complete it. Normally, I've missed enough times here that the amount of damage that those snipes could have done would probably have killed him, so we're just going to go for a normal clear here. Oh, well, or maybe I almost did the quick kill by accident, but there we go. So, we're going into Helheim 2 now. Final boss for the second time. These boots that I always pick up do percentile damage, so they, it helps clear the final boss way quicker. And I'm going to pick up this and then liquidate these. So that I can have explosive shots. So I am now 1 hit less. I'm now going to be at... What is it? 3? No, I might be at 3 hits. That may be correct. I'm not sure. Quick math is hard, especially when you're running and commentating at the same time. But don't worry too much about it. Yeah, we did sacrifice 1 hit there, but you might notice all our shots now do explode on hit. So, okay, this is amazing. I don't know how that hit me. It's fine though. I'm going to focus up here because these guys are very scary. Okay, so we're 2 hits here for Nidhogg. Luckily though, we do have the boots and we do have explosive shots, so I'm going to focus up a little bit just to make sure we don't have to reset. Circle is not moving. Got very lucky there. Probably should have gotten hit by that. Circle. Luckily, like I said, I do have very high base range. Okay, we're good. I got hit there a couple of times when I was kind of half paying attention, so I just need to focus up there, make sure we don't have to reset, and we're good. That's going to be another 13 on the board. Pretty nice. And we're going to be moving on to our last character of the run. I believe this is Skuld. So, like I said, all these characters have different health mechanics. If you look, you'll see I gain health when I hit things, which seems nice, but the issue is during the whole run, I always passively lose health. So, no matter what I'm doing, if I'm fighting or if I'm just kind of having to backtrack between rooms, I'm always going to be losing health. So, we're basically just going to be hoping to be basically always fighting, more so than in previous runs because we are going to be losing health passively. Although, it is nice because we can recoup health if we get hit. Oh, okay, so we have a double multiplier here. He is vengeful, which means he's going to shoot these things back at us, and he has double health, which is interesting. Normally you don't see that on this difficulty. but it's gonna be okay. Our spell, which is Mark for Death, whoa, got hit by a couple things at once. Our spell, which is Mark for Death on this character, does, I believe, it's basically a curse that does damage over time, if I'm not mistaken. And we do have a thing here, so we're gonna be able to pick up some extra points as well. Here, I'm gonna pick up probably just around like 37, because then we can buy the most expensive gun at armories, which is 30, and we can also buy items at the shop. Not back. I was reading the math correctly. All items at the shop also cost 7, so we have enough coins to buy a very expensive gun and an item if we need to. And up there you might see that we have found the armory, so I'm gonna hope. This gun is pretty good. It doesn't have very high base damage, but you might notice its reload is only 1 beat long. So we're gonna be pretty happy with that. And also, let's see. Actually, I don't really want it. My ultimate just spawns a chest right in front of me, and it can be any kind of. Oh! We take those. Okay. Forget everything I was saying. We are officially on very good pace. You might be wondering why, and if you look at the mini-map, you might notice we can see the whole mini-map without having to have cleared rooms. So actually, what we just found is the best item in the game, at least for speedrunning, because from now on, we will no longer have to guess where the boss rooms are. Because we can just see the mini-map automatically, we basically can take the most efficient path every time without having to do any guesswork. This is, if you could choose one item to pick up in any, like if you got the chance, if you asked a genie that only grants wishes related to BPM speedrunning, you would wish to get this item in a run. It is the #1 item that's going to save you time. I'm going to stop by the shop also, just to pick up a little bit of health to heal me and also see if there's any. I'll take this. It's worth mentioning we are not allowed to pick up armor per the rules of this category with this character because for whatever reason, it might be another oversight in programming, but the way I lose or passively lose health does not apply to armor, so if I do have armor. Got mixed up there and almost didn't find the pillar. But if I don't have, or if I have armor, then it won't deplete like the health will. So it's a little bit of an exploit. So it is banned for this specific run. But as you will see here, as I was mentioning before, why do I have so much damage? Kill all those in one shot, and I'm not particularly sure why. Oh, okay, never mind. The boots I have do, they just kill enemies that are close to dying. What's the official term? Finishes off low health opponents. That's a more elegant way of putting it. So I am actually going to be killing a lot of things I wouldn't normally be killing in one shot. But you'll see here, we've actually have the privilege to head directly to the exit because we do have the Dwarven Bracelet, which is the bracelet that reveals floors. So even if we don't have most incredible damage, what we do have is saving basically minutes, or at least a minute in every single level just by being able to move to the exit automatically without having to do any guesswork. I've been LARPing on it and I've been repeating myself a lot, but it cannot be overstated how important finding that item is going to be for us. We are not going to be able to do the quick kill on this boss. You do need snipes to do it, but no, I'm not taking that. I forgot I had my head. I'm going to see what kind of ultimate we have in here. That is the library. You can find these spells in there. It doesn't cost a key though, but we're just going to move on here to Golvig. This is probably actually, I don't know if I mentioned this before, this is pretty much generally considered, other than Nidhogg, to be the hardest fight in the game. which you haven't really gotten to see in the past couple of runs, but you're going to see it this time. Or you didn't see quite what makes it so tricky that time around, but she does have a couple of attacks that are pretty scary. But we're going to be on pretty great pace so far. Oh, well. Oh, okay, we're good. And exit's right here, so we're going to already be moving on to the exit of Sanheim 1 after we clear this room. Oh, there it is. You can stop teleporting around, that would be really helpful. If you don't mind helping me out here, I know you're trying to kill me, but I am doing speedrun. Ooh, okay, I'll take that. So, the ultimate I just picked up, I believe it comes off of cooldown every 3 rooms. What it's going to do is it's basically just going to summon an angel that will help us out and also attack enemies. So, every 3 rooms, if I do so please, I can basically just summon a little helper to help me clear out the rooms a little bit faster. Or no, I think it is not every 3 rooms, I was incorrect. It's every... It refreshes based on the amount of enemies you kill. I don't remember how many enemies it takes for it to come off the cooldown, though. So you can see there, if you're looking at it while I hit an enemy, it starts to come off the cooldown the more enemies you kill. We'll see the pie chart filling up a little bit. This is a pretty packed room, so I would like it to, if it was off cooldown in this room, it is off cooldown now, but everyone is almost already gone, so doesn't really hasn't helpful anymore. And I think I'm not going to use it in this boss fight just because I want to have it for Helheim, because as I mentioned near the beginning of the run, Helheim spawns with the most amount of rooms, so even though I can't see where the boss is and I know exactly how to get to it, it's still possible that it's going to be like 8 rooms away or something. And honestly, we're not going to be too worried about taking hits like I did just there, because I am gaining health every time I hit an enemy, and that's going to be moving into Helheim here at 8:02. If we get lucky, we may see a sub 10, which would be pretty great. Okay, I am using my enemy here. This room is packed with a lot of projectile-based enemies, so it's going to be nice. There they are. You can see them up there, maybe. They're a little bit hard to see, but they are the thing that's kind of shooting enemies from a distance. I've taken a whole bunch of damage in this room. There's going to be a shop in the next room, so we should be alright. These, like, dragonfly things are just the bane of my existence. They're not my least favorite enemy in the game, but they're up there. They just move incredibly erratically and very quickly, so they can be very hard to hit. But we've got pretty decent RNG here, and the boss is actually only was only 2 rooms away, so we're going to be moving on to the boss again here. I'm going to try the quick kill again. Hopefully it goes better than it did last time. So he's going to hit that at me, and this is going to be a half circle where he's going to dash. He's going to dash. Okay, that should be enough. Well, I fell off, but it's fine. You do get a boost of health back when you kill a boss with this character, so I don't have to worry too much about losing health tactically after a boss dies. I don't really see anything in there that I need, so we're just going to be moving on to Nidhogg here for the last time. So, I'm going to spawn, we'll see when I spawn my Angelic Helper. I do have it off of cooldown, but it does not... If I get 3 of the shield guys, then I'll spawn it, but otherwise I'm going to save it for Nidhogg, because it would be spawning after every one of these kind of mini waves. So we'll see. If I get 3 shield guys here, I didn't. Okay, so I'm going to save it for Nidhogg. Alright, and we're going to be feeding Nidhogg for the last time here. We didn't quite get to sub 10, but it's still going to be a really good run. So, where's my helper? You can't really see her. She's actually invisible, but she's going to be helping me out a little bit. These balls that Nidhogg spawns, you can only go through They are not expanding. There's no way for them not to be expanding. These little dragon guys will track you and like slowly follow you, but as long as you don't dash into them, typically they're not too much of an issue. And we are almost done here. Okay, so time is gonna be when the screen goes white. So time now, and our final time, the last time for our last character, is going to be 10:44. Pretty good. And our real-time attempt time is going to be 38:29.75. Pretty good. It could be better. We did have a little bit of issue with RNG on the first two characters finding the exits, but yeah, I'd say it's a pretty good run. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'm committing to my true YouTuber self. Thanks for watching, but yeah, have a good day. I don't know. I actually didn't consider how I was going to outro, but yeah, thank you. Yeah, that was terribly awkward.